Just a little bit of messing around. I'm gonna now get into the topic. Welcome into another segment of Into Music. I'm your host, Ron Duskin, aka Ron Deasy, the one-man entertainer and DJ. And I'm going to get into the topic for this evening, for today. I don't know what time it is where you are. You could be watching me somewhere in Switzerland or somewhere. I don't know. I hope you are. It'd be nice. Welcome in if you're new. Welcome in if you've seen me before. I'm going to turn a few things down. I'm going to get the screen put on another screen. Let's do this screen. See if we got that. Are we there? Cool. I'll do that screen. We don't have to have the other screen showing as much. Because this is going to be a short night. I'm not going to talk to you much. I'm going to talk to you about gigs. When to play for less. I'm going to take a sip of some water this time. Let's see. It's pretty cold too. Oh yeah, I got to get another one of that. Here we go. Gigs, when to play for less. It all depends on you. Now, I want everybody to get your worth. I don't want you to play gigs and you know, somebody say, okay, I give you $25 if you come through and, you know, just do what you want. Just play. A lot of time, those kind of gigs, you know, you might not get too much more out of it. If you do lowball yourself, try to make sure it's the kind of gig where you can pass out some cards. People can come and ask you for cards, you know, some place where you can play and you'll have a good performance. I hope this is loud enough. I'm going to turn up a little louder. I don't know if it is. If you have a good performance when you play and people will enjoy what you do, some people, everybody might not be looking at you or you might not think they are, but they are. Just this past weekend, I got lowballed into playing for someone. But that's okay. I play for them all the time. Every time they give an event, they call me. And I've been playing their events for at least the last 7 years. And they give about maybe 2 a year. It's not a lot of money, but it's not a, I'm going to turn some of this light out of my face. It's not a hard gig to play. A lot of times I might play 3 songs at the most. I might, you know, playing live and set up everything because I don't know what I might do. I might look at the crowd and it might be something where I want to change up, you know. Maybe something I might want to either get laid back a little bit or I might want to pick it up a little bit. Depends on what I see. But for the most part, it's a laid back gig and I end up playing a lot of DJ background music as well because they be giving out awards and stuff like that. It's a woman's business organization, and they have a function, and they give out awards, and things like that. So gigs that you know you might know the person, you might have played for them a couple times, and any gig is better than no gig. Like I said, you don't want to lowball yourself, or you don't want to, you want to try to get what you're worth. But your worth can be, playing for a few hundred, a couple hundred. That's more than what you had. Like I said, don't be too ridiculous with it. I mean, I used to play a poetry night. I used to be the background player, and I used to want that little bit of money. They pass around a tip jar, and we split that up. You might get $7, $10 at the end of the night, $11, But yeah, that's a little bit of money. It's a little bit of exposure. I got exposure from those gigs. Playing for a poetry crowd. Be people out there, and I would always get featured. Playing a couple songs there. So I would get gigs. People would come up and, hey man, I'm giving a party. I like what you're doing. How much you charge? Things like that. And if you can get things like that out of a low paying gig, it ain't a bad gig. And watch it on the parking. You want to make sure if you're getting a gig where you are not getting what you want. You want to make sure it's an easy gig to get to. It's an easy in and out. You don't have to do a lot of hauling down a long hallway, catching elevators, and a lot of things that'll kind of make you put in more time to get there early to try to get set up and all this. And then at the end of the night, when everybody's gone, you still about another almost an hour or so trying to get packed up and leave. Try to make sure you're good on all of those ends. You want to make sure the drive. Like I said, the drive is not crazy far away. I mean, sometimes people might want you to do something, and it might take you longer to get there than to play a couple of songs that they want you to play. Things like that. I've been asked to do things like that. All we need is your flute. I can't groove like that. I don't even know what to play on a flute for somebody's, what do they call it? It's a thing where it's a proposal. A guy's going to propose to his wife, or I don't know, something like that. And they want you to come up and play either a saxophone or flute or something like that. I'm like, no, I got to groove. I got to, if I'm going a distance, I want to be able to play a little bit. I want to, might, even if those people don't give me no business, it might be somebody passing through and see you playing. I've got gigs like that before. People pass by the door and listen in and hear you playing something, and they wait on you outside or ask somebody, can they come in and get a card from you? You want to make the music that you play be appealing to people. Sometimes you might see the crowd, they may not be into you, but you always want to be able to groove, make it to where you are having a good time. When you're having a good time, trust me, somebody else is watching you, and they're having a good time watching you have a good time playing your songs. Go ahead and try to make some contact with the audience. If somebody's listening, hey, anybody got any requests? I can play this, I play that, whatever. Or anybody ever heard this song? You just kind of engage them, It's always a good thing to engage the audience when you can. Let them know you got business cards. Even the person that you're playing for, you can be, hey, is it all right if I set out a tip jar? They might even encourage you, hey, I'm not, I know I'm not doing that much for you, but you can set a tip jar out. They probably give you some, or they might even pass the tip jar around for you. I've had people pass the tip jar around for me. I didn't ask, but I would do such a good job, thank goodness, that they would be like, hey, this man came a little distance for us. I know he's worth a lot more, but he did us a favor by being here. He's providing music and entertainment. We're going to pass this around for him. And if you can put something in, good. If you can't, don't worry about it. But by the time that tip jar come back to you and the greenery is overflowing in the jar, then it's not such a bad gig. But I'm not going to talk as much tonight. I just wanted to ask that question. When do you think it's good to play for less. I mean, I would like some comments. See what you might think. Give me some feedback. Give me something else to talk about next time we meet. And if you have anything you want to talk about, share some of your experiences, please leave it in the comments. Leave me a thumbs up. And by all means, subscribe to the channel. This is Into Music. I'm Ron Duskin, a.k.a. Ron Deasy, the one-man entertainer and DJ. I want to thank you for joining me. I always like to put out content for the solo artists, the one-man entertainers, the one-woman entertainers. I've seen women on guitar playing and singing, and the women, they put it down when they on their guitars and they're singing like that. They carry their own equipment in. Sometimes I've had the pleasure of watching a woman sing. She was right outside of a metro train station, had a little amplifier and her speakers hooked up, and she was killing it. And I've seen a couple of entertainers like that outside the metro train stations, alto sax players, and they have their music and they be throwing down. And that encourages me that when I go out and play solo, I'm going to try to do my best every time. So by that, I'm going to close out this segment. I hope to see you again sometime in the near future. You all have a good night. And please subscribe to the channel. Take care.